makes flight school, you think, better than other camps out there?
I think one of the main things that we do at flight school is we try to use drills or do drills that are more game-based, that they're going to actually use in the game, instead of just, doing, any old drill that just like busy work. I try to do drills that have game situations, coming off of down screens, coming off of ball screens, just any situation that's game-based that they're going to have to actually use in a game.
Hey, Alex, how long have you been a Penguin?
I've been a Penguin since first grade.
Wow. Have you been enjoying flight school this year?
Yes, because it helps you get on, be able to be on your school team, or helps you get ready for tryouts.
And what drill or part of the flight school do you enjoy the most?
I like the form shooting because it helps you control your shot. So when you're in the game, you can control your shot.
And if you can elaborate, what are some of your philosophies on coaching kids in general?
My big thing is, like I just said, is different from coaching a college kid, a high school kid, or an adult as well. When you have a younger kid or a youth, or any kid, you have to break everything down to them to where they can understand. You have to assume that they don't know anything at all. And when you do that, it helps them to comprehend stuff that you may or may not have, a trouble of teaching them. Because a lot of guys, they don't understand the process of that. It's a big difference between coaching a third grader than it is a high school kid. You can't coach them the same way. You have to communicate with them a totally different way in order for them to understand.
And for the players, it's all about making their school team on the flight school. So what's your breakdown on how many players actually make their school teams?
Of all the kids that I've had in the 5 years that I've coached, I probably, out of maybe 100 or 120, I only had like 2 or 3 that haven't made it. And the only reason I think they didn't make it because they joined the program late. I'm not saying I'm not a miracle worker or anything, but I think these kids get a lot of our teaching and our coaching, and they take a lot of it home and they work on it. You can tell the difference between kids that are really serious about basketball and some kids that just like to play it. There's nothing wrong with just wanting to play basketball, but if you're going to play for the Penguins and you want to be serious about getting better, this is a great place for any kid to join.
And finally, what is the purpose of flight school in your eyes?
Flight school is just to get those kids sharp, man, get their confidence going into tryouts, or not even just tryouts, just, playing ball for the school team or playing ball for us. All of these drills and stuff that we work on, it carries over into games and the school ball and the Penguin games as well. And I think when these guys are in flight school, they really see the difference between them actually playing basketball more hours a week, 4 to 6 hours more a week, rather than just coming to practice every week, and they see the difference. And that is the big thing that I'm all about. I want them to see when their work comes into play and how much they can get out of it.
And how has flight school changed or improved your game?
Well, it's improved my game in a lot of ways. It's helped my form get better. My form's gotten a lot better. And my arc's gotten a lot higher, and I'm more accurate. I'm pretty sure my release has gotten a lot faster too.
Good. Hey, while you've been in flight school, do you play better in the regular season games?
Yeah, I noticed that.
What do you think you do better in the regular season games?
Shoot the ball better. I think the more shots made in flight school.
I've been a Penguin for about 2 years now, but I played a year with Coach Tex on my school team.
Great. Have you been enjoying flight school?
Yeah, it's been a really great experience, and it's helped me a lot in my games.
Good. And what drill or part of the flight school do you enjoy the most?
I really like doing one-on-one and scrimmaging because that helps me in games a lot because I used to not handle the ball, but now it really helps me focus.
Great. Has flight school changed your game?
Yeah, it's actually helped a lot in my shooting and my ball handling. So.
Good. While in flight school, do you play better in the regular season games?
Oh, definitely. I've noticed in myself a lot of improvement, and it makes me really happy that I got to do flight school.
Okay, so Darren, how long have you been a Penguin?
Since halfway through 3rd grade.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have you been enjoying flight school?
Yeah, it's been really fun. I like the drills.
Great. And what drill or part of flight school do you enjoy the most?
I like the fast break drill and scrimmaging and shooting drills. It really helps my shooting.
Great. Has flight school changed or improved your game this year?
Definitely, because I can shoot a lot better now, and it's a lot easier to shoot now. And dribble.
And while you're in flight school, you play better in the regular season games?
Yes, definitely, because I'm able to shoot more shots and make them.
And is there a player in camp you have noticed that has improved since camp started?
Of course, Connor, because he's one of our best players. He's like the best post player we have ever seen, and he's great at rebounding and offensive skills.
Okay, great. All right, hey, thanks a lot, Darren. And how has flight school changed or improved your game?
It's improved my game because you get to do drills that will help you, so you can become a better basketball player.
Good. And while you're in flight school, do you play better in the regular season games?
Yes, I do, because I usually have games on Saturdays, and I usually have games on the day that flight school happens, and we usually get lots of shots up, so I can make the shots in the game.
Great. Is there a player in camp you have noticed that has really improved since we started?
There's lots of players that have improved.
Good. How long have you been a Penguin?
I think I've been a Penguin for about 4 to 5 years, somewhere in the middle of that, maybe.
Okay. Have you been enjoying flight school?
Oh yeah, most definitely. This camp has been going on for 3 years, and I've always loved this camp. It's got me a lot better.
What drill or part of flight school do you enjoy the most?
Team fast break drill, where like 2 people get on defense and it's a 3-on-2 fast break. And then once a guy passes half court, like there's a third defender when they miss or make the shot, the defense goes on offense. That's my favorite drill.
Zach, how long have you been a Penguin?
Since the beginning of 5th grade, the summer I started practicing and playing.
Okay, great. Have you been enjoying flight school?
Yeah, it's helped me get better to make my school team. So.
Yeah. What part of practice or drills do you like the best?
I like double moves because it helps in game situations doing the moves that you need to score.
And has flight school changed or improved your game at all?
Yeah, it's definitely helped because all the drills that we do in here, they make me better to do them more in the game and help me.
Great. While in flight school, do you play better in the regular season games?
Yeah, I do because of the drills that we use. I use those in the games and they help me.
Great. Is there any player you see in camp this year that you've noticed has improved a lot since we started?
Alex, because he used to not, go as hard as he could, but now he's doing it as hard as he could and he's making more shots.
Have you been enjoying flight school?
Yes, I have, and it's been challenging and fun.
Great. And what's the greatest challenge you face at flight school?
The greatest challenge is probably ball handling and improving my skills.
Great. And what drill or part of the practice do you enjoy the most?
I enjoy the scrimmaging and just ball handling and shooting and everything.
Okay. And how has flight school changed or improved your game?
It has improved by quickness and skills.
I've been a Penguin for 3 years, and it's been a really long time, and it's fun.
Have you been enjoying flight school?
Yes, I've been going to it since for 2 years, and it's really helped.
Great. And what drill or part of flight school do you enjoy the most?
I enjoy scrimmages the most, but not when I'm going against Hellman.
Okay. Has flight school changed or improved your game?
With my aggressiveness and ball handling, and also with my shooting a little bit.
Great. And while in flight school, do you play better in the regular season games?
Because playing against the ninth graders or 10th graders, it really helps playing against like people of my age.
Great. Have you been enjoying flight school?
Yeah, it really helps me a lot with my shooting because I'm trying to be a shooting guard.
Great. What drill or part of the flight school do you enjoy the most?
The form shooting, we don't really get to do a lot of that like at school practice, so it really helps developing me as a player.
Great. Has flight school changed or improved your game in any way?
Yeah, because the guys, they're more aggressive, so it really helps like attacking to the basket because I don't really like to do that a lot. So he kind of like helps me improve on that aspect more.
Great. But here, how long have you been a Penguin?
I've been a Penguin for 2 years, I think, and I've enjoyed.
Good. Have you been enjoying flight school?
Yeah, I like all the drills, and it's fun to play.
Okay. And what drill do you really, part of the practice, do you enjoy the most?
I think team layups because you get a chance to do all the layups with all the teammates.
Has flight school changed or improved your game?
Yeah, it's helped me with a lot of different stuff that I've been trying to work on.
Great. While in flight school, do you play better in the regular season games?
Yeah, because all the things that I've been working on in flight school have helped me during the games.
Great. What drill or part of the flight school do you enjoy the most?
I think the one drill that really stands out to me is the fast break drill. That's a lot of fun, and it really builds unity and communication because you have to talk a lot. It's a lot of fun too.
Okay. Have you been enjoying flight school?
Yes, it has helped my game a lot.
Okay. And what drill or part of flight school practice do you enjoy the most?
I like doing the fast break drill, just running up and down the court, and it also helps my shooting.
Is there a player in camp that you've noticed has improved a lot since camp started?
I think probably Little Mike. I saw him at the Super Skills Camp, and he did really good, and he's gotten a lot better.
Excellent. Thanks a lot. You guys. Why do you think the kids improve so much and enjoy your coaching?
One of the main things is I think they really get a kick out of being here and the atmosphere that's here. Also, you know, like I said, the quality drills that we run here, it really helps them out, and they start to see the difference in the way they play in games from before they joined flight school to now. And you know, just them being around it, being around basketball more often, and them getting more of a chance to play more, and seeing what all the hard work, you know, pans out to.
Congratulations on another strong program this year.
Thank you.
Thank you.